Welcome to Math 122 Homework Help. What I'm going to do for you today is go over some of the problems for which you have answers in homework number 1, but there are no explanations for how to do the problems. I'm going to step you through those, and then hopefully they'll help you with the remaining problems in your homework. Let's start with problem 1. You're given the answer 1/5, and I'm going to show you how to get that. So let's copy the problem down. We have 3/10 minus 1/2 plus 2/5. And since we're either adding or subtracting these fractions, you need to have a common denominator. And we're going to look at the denominators just like we did in Math 99, and we're going to look to find a common multiple. And since 2 and 5 and 10 all go into 10, I'm going to choose tenths as my common denominator. The first fraction doesn't need to be changed, but the other two fractions do. So I'm going to get the denominators ready, and I'm going to ask myself, a half is how many tenths? Well, I can find that out by asking myself, what do I multiply 2 by to get 10? I have to multiply it by 5. So I'm also going to multiply the numerator by 5, because in order to keep the fraction equivalent, I must scale it up by multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the same factor. Alright, so on the bottom, 2 times 5 is the 10 we see here, and 1 times 5 is 5. Looking at the next fraction, 2/5 is how many tenths? Well, since 5 times 2 gave me the 10, I also need to scale up the numerator by that same factor. And so since 2 times 2 is 4, 4/10 is the fraction equivalent to 2/5. If you think about these, 1/2, half of something, is the same as 5 out of 10 of something. And you can do similar reason with 2/5 and 4/10. Alright, now I'm ready to add or subtract these three fractions. I'm going to work my way from left to right using order of operations. So I'm going to subtract 5/10 from 3/10 first. And it's like doing the integer operation, 3 minus 5, since the denominator is going to say tenths. And 3 minus 5, or 3 plus a negative 5, is negative 2. Think about why I'm subtracting a larger number from a smaller number. Alright, now I'll be adding to that 4/10. And again, adding these two fractions, I keep the denominator the same, and I'm virtually just doing then negative 2 plus 4. Adding a smaller negative number to a larger positive number, negative 2 plus 4 is like 4 minus 2, which is 2/10. Now before I finish, I need to ask myself, do the numerator and the denominator have any common factors? If they do, the fraction can be simplified. And since 2 goes into both 2 and 10, I can divide that factor out, and I get 1/5.